to support the motion very ably and competently and timely moved by distinguished Senator Karimi. And with your permission, I would like to, in addition to seconding, I would like to, Mr. President, that you grant me a few minutes to speak in favor of this motion.
Proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. I believe listening to the well thought out motion, it just reminds me of one of the problems we face in this country. A culture of ad hocism. We wake up, we think of an idea, we seek to implement without preparation. In every other civilized part of the world, an introduction of a new subject or a new tax, anything, the citizens are put on notice that over the next 2 years, 3 years, this shall take off. During this period, government has responsibility to do homework. In this case, first asking the question, do we have qualified teachers enough to teach in every secondary school across the length and breadth of Nigeria? Mr. President, I dare say that evidence does not exist. Have we prepared the laboratories, all the necessary equipment to make this kind of subject possible? Mr. President, that evidence does not exist. Have parents been informed to prepare the minds of their children to take on board these additional subjects? Mr. President, that evidence does not exist. So the Minister of Education can't wake up overnight and say, from June, you shall be examined for a subject that you probably have not been taught, or you don't even have people to teach it. I do not have any iota of doubt about the noble intention of the ministry. But intentions are not enough. We must be seen to do sufficient homework to enable us carry out what obviously, if well coordinated, will be in the national interest in view of the fact that the world is now moving increasingly to knowledge-driven, computer-based, and we are in a digital world in which artificial intelligence has become the theme of the day. I am also not sure that in introducing these new subjects, the old ones should completely be deleted. I want to borrow from the preemptive statement of Chairman of Appropriation by appropriating part of his unrecorded statement, because the motion hadn't been seconded by the time he made those statements. Therefore, I hereby appropriate his words to say that, Mr. President, we need to invite the Minister of Education to engage our relevant committees, the Committee on Education, the Committee on TED Fund, all relevant educational committees, and to persuade the committee with verifiable evidence as to what is on ground to enable these courses to take place. We don't plan in a manner that will cause embarrassment to our young ones, and even to us as parents of children who are in school. I therefore urge my colleagues to look at just two things here. Know whether or not it is desirable to teach, but whether or not proper homework has been done to enable this subject to be taught in a manner that an average child can be fairly advised to be examined on a subject for which he has not been properly taught. There is nothing wrong in saying in 2 years' time, this shall be compulsory and mandatory subject. And during those periods, government itself would have done its own work, and this exercise can take off smoothly without any impediment. We must avoid the culture of ad hoc approach to issues that require systematic planning, budgeting, preparing the minds of young people and the not so young to expect that over the next X period, these subjects shall become compulsory. I therefore second the motion, and I want to commend Senator Karimi. I didn't know that, busy as you are with this issue you face in Kogi, that you have time to even have this depth of knowledge.